Kahikatea, Moss and Mist by Jessica Crothall. Kahikatea is a carnivorous tree endemic to New Zealand. It is the tallest tree of Aotearoa, gaining heights of 60 metres over a lifespan of 600 years. These majestic trees thrive in heavy rainfall areas and grow well in swampy land. Formerly widespread throughout Aotearoa in lowland areas, there are particularly magnificent strands remaining in South Westland, near Hast, on the west coast of the South Island. In Jessica's latest series of paintings, she had moved away from her earlier techniques to better respond to the Kahikatea rainforest. She admired the way fungal plants and moss hung off the branches, so she deliberately adopted a dripping style in applying the watered-down acrylic paints, similar to the way one might use Indian or Japanese inks. Apparently, Kahikatea can support entire ecosystems on their trunks and branches. A scientist once found 28 different plants living on one tree. Twining and climbing plants like supplejack, kaiki, and our native passion fruit and native jasmine. Water was also generously poured on. Various versions of the ones seen were painted to try to refine and capture the essence of a typical rainforest with heavy downpours. At the same time, she rendered a few mountain scenes like Milford Sound and Lake Marion in Ireland. Because her partner and her enjoyed exploring those areas, she had always admired Chinese and Japanese calligraphy and painting. And recently she had seen some very fine modern examples of Chinese painting in the National Art Gallery in Singapore. The artist did large heroic works on paper and experimental techniques. On Jessica's part, she preferred painting on canvas, although she has done a few compositions using traditional inks and paper. Kahikatea trees manage to stand upright in the soft, wet soils by intertwining their roots. We cannot stand alone and need the presence of others to sustain us and hold each other up. Christian Bible, 1 Corinthians 12 verses 12 to 31. In these current times, we are experiencing more extreme weather events, cyclones, storms, heavy rainfalls, and even tornadoes. All the more important, then, that we are there for each other. For Maori, Kahikatea is a direct metaphor for the chief or leader. It has a unique growth pattern in the roots as a symbol of strength in unity.
The very interesting thing is they mostly grow on quite swampy, soft soils, and you'd think they would find it hard to stay up if the soils are really soft and wet. But they grow close together and they intertwine their roots together, and that holds them up.
So really a metaphor for people supporting one another,
Yeah.
rather than doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And under the stress of the swamps, they can support each other.
That's right. Yeah.
It's 40 years since Jessica first exhibited, in 1983 in Dunedin, and she's exhibited most years since then, which is quite an achievement in itself. It's been mainly in Christchurch and Dunedin, but also in Nelson and Auckland, and she's had series shown in Myanmar as well. And most of those years she's done a solo exhibition right through. And you know what's striking now?
No.
So at least, another decade or two of exhibitions. And so your previous series were responding to Christchurch earthquakes. Could you share about the shift from heavily urban-centred works of earthquake and rebuild to deeply rural works responding to the land? Tell us a bit about that shift.
Oh, well, we've shifted cities, so it feels like a new season.
New season.
And also, we all know about the town, don't we? Dunedin itself has a lot of trees and things.
And what connections do these works have with earlier pre-earthquake works? Say 15, 20 years ago.
I have done other earlier paintings using a pouring technique.
Water.
Yeah, I have done it before.
And so you did respond to land quite a bit. So do come in and have a look at the art, everyone. And any questions of your own, this is your chance.
Colour choice. So these ones very much the colours that are there.
Very the colour scheme.
Okay.
So how do you do and still have a joyful feeling?
It's a true honest comment, isn't it?
Yeah.
It just happens.